All Jackson does is make beats.
You need fuel, gas. You're a fool, stupid. I got jewels, drip. Gucci suit, cash. Ice out wrist, ice. Why you pissed, mad? Johnny Stockton, Utah, with the assist, slash.
All right, welcome to Rival Sports, Jake and Bo.
What's up, man?
So, big question of the day. Football starts on Sunday.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
get
Actually,
that out
Thursday. Thursday.
Okay, that's right. Let's get that out the way. Who are your picks?
Okay, so you're talking about just this week or for the whole
Just-
season?
If you had to pick for the playoffs right now, who would you pick and why? What is your takeaways? What is your gimmies of
All right.
first season?
So I got the number 1 seed in the AFC, Baltimore Ravens. They were close last year. They were really good. I mean, their running game is just unmatched. I mean, Lamar, he's a blur out there. They say he's even faster this year, which is really hard to fathom.
Talented. He's very
Yeah,
talented.
no, he's the man.
The reason I say Lamar could go for another MVP, he could go for another MVP. The way I see it right now is Mahomes just signed a 10-year contract.
Yeah.
That dude's
for
got
sure.
guts and grit to put 10 more Super Bowls out on the table for the Chiefs.
Right.
But even when Lamar got drafted, he was
Mhm.
talking about that he doesn't want to be a wide receiver. He doesn't want to be a running back. He drew
Yeah.
all these comparisons to a running back. And so I
Right.
think with him winning the MVP, definitely proved to him that he is a quarterback in this
Yeah.
league. But the thing is, that running game with Harbaugh as their coach needs to be more of a pass-friendly because you have Marquise Brown. You can have Mark Ingram out of the backfield on a flat.
Mark Andrews, their tight end, he ain't no joke.
Mark
either.
Andrews, no, he's a beast. He's a big baller.
He saved me in fantasy last year.
Hey, I don't think anybody drafted him in our fantasy this year.
Oh shoot, I'm gonna have to pick him up.
But you said your number one was Baltimore.
Yeah, who you got?
I got the Chiefs running with it. I got them.
Yeah, I can see that.
If I were to go with the Chiefs getting the bye, I have the 4 and 5 being my Bills and the Colts. I say
Bills?
the
You
Bills
like the
because
Bills? Interesting.
I don't like the Bills.
Okay.
But you have the worst division on the AFC. You have Bills. You have New England, who is rebuilding. You
Right.
have Miami, who isn't going to have Tua time until probably week 6 or 7 because Ryan Fitzpatrick's.
Yeah, they're gonna say
Then you
like
got
we
the
won't
Jets.
start Tua this year. Then they'll be like 0-5 and be like, yeah, we'll start Tua.
Yeah, exactly.
ahead.
And I think that's the same way with the Chargers too. They say that Tyrod's going to be their starter, but Herbert's definitely coming from Oregon.
Yeah,
Man,
he's
Oregon boys.
Yeah, he looks like an NFL quarterback too. He looks like
he
it.
does.
Anyway, continue about the AFC East.
Yeah, AFC East is just so small this year. I mean, okay, so speaking about the AFC East, does Cam Newton fit in England? Does he fit there?
I can't tell. It's tough. I mean, his personality is and Bill Belichick doesn't really. He's kind of strict to put it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I'll have to see it. I mean, I hope he's successful, but I just don't see it. His arm looked so bad last year.
I think
remember.
it's the same way. Go ahead. I think it's the same way with
You thinking of?
who was I talking about? I think Cam Newton draws a lot of comparisons to Lamar Jackson. He's a running quarterback.
Yeah. The thing about
a running
remember
quarterback.
2015 when Cam won the MVP and he was just taking all those hits and diving and people were like, well, that's awesome now, but it's going to hurt him in the long run. Well, we're in the long run now. And then I remember it might have been last season or the year before. They were playing Monday night against the Saints and Carolina just couldn't get any passing game going because Cam was throwing it 3 yards short. And then freaking like Christian McCaffrey threw like a touchdown pass. Because they were like, yeah, Cam, you ain't throwing the ball. And then they put him on a IR, missed the last 2 weeks. And what's his face? Josh something.
No, I thought it was Kyle Allen.
Kyle Allen. Yeah, I was thinking of Josh Allen, the Buffalo. Bro, Josh Allen, though. I like him.
Looks clean.
I like him.
That's why I have them going to the playoffs because I feel like
I got them at number 4.
That's what I have them as.
Yeah.
I actually have them going against the Colts. If everything goes to plan this year, I have the Colts making the playoffs with Phillip Rivers first-year quarterback in.
I think Phillip is just going to be garbage this year. I think Phillip and Ben Roethlisberger are just gonna suck.
Dude, okay, but that's the thing. I have the Steelers coming in at my 7. Because
Steelers?
I feel
You
like
have the
they might
Titans in the
be.
playoffs? You got the Titans
I
in the
do.
playoffs?
I do. I
Okay.
have them at the 16 going against the Ravens. But I have the Ravens getting some revenge and beating them.
Yeah. That game was so crazy last year. I remember I didn't watch it because I was like, bro, the Ravens are just going to wipe the floor. And then I go back and I look, and it's like 14-0. I'm like,
oh, man.
how did that happen?
It's like the Chiefs the entire playoffs last year. Come from behind wins. It's like.
Oh, yeah. That game against Houston last year.
Oh,
Houston's going to be hungry for revenge. They're probably pissed off.
I have them as my 2 seed.
I got Houston at number 3.
Okay.
You got number 1 in the NFC.
In the NFC, I have I still think the 49ers are going to be cold.
Yeah.
I think they'll have a bounce back year after losing to the Super Bowl. I think they'll be, like you said, they'll be hungry. They're hungry for
it's funny to look at Garoppolo's stats, because if you look at his stats, he's like, okay, this dude he's average, maybe a little better than average. But if you look at his career win total, it's like his win percentage is crazy.
Yeah.
That's why he just knows how to win.
Started out in New England under Belichick's system.
Right.
If you
go
go
that had a
Belichick's
big impact.
system, 100%. But if you go from Belichick's system to who is it, Kyle Shanahan out in San Francisco?
Choker every year.
Hey. Dude, I thought that'd be Sean McVay, but McVay's actually doing pretty good.
I like McVay.
Okay, so
I got Seattle number 1, Seahawks.
They're Seattle? I got them as my 5.
Really? I got 49ers at 5. I think I have like Seattle going 14-2, then Frisco right behind them at 13-3. So in
Seattle,
NFC-wise.
You said Seattle's your 1?
Yeah, dude. I love.
Okay.
Seattle, Pete Carroll, calling the shots. And you have Russell Wilson. I think Wilson could win MVP this year. And then Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf.
Dude, big body.
Yeah.
He is huge. You talked about we said Panthers earlier. I'm going to go through a little bit of signings real quick.
Okay.
Cowboys. They extended.
Oh, my Cowboys defense, bro.
They franchise tagged Dak Prescott for $33 million.
That's like $15 million short of what he wants.
But that's the thing. Does he get that big contract?
He better not. If he does, we're gonna go like 4-12 for the next 10 years.
I mean, you guys have been doing that lately, anyways.
Hey, bro.
No, I'm messing.
Yeah, dude. The thing about the Cowboys is our roster always looks freaking awesome. On paper, it looks great. And then you go out and play, and it's like, we were 3-0 last year to start the season because we were playing 3, Big Ten teams,
Hey, yeah.
And then, we were just asked for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, Buccaneers. They had some big offseason transactions, especially
not that big. I'm kidding.
I mean,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Buccaneers got Brady for 2 years, $50 million, and they signed Fournette for a 1 year, $18 million, something like that.
I love Fournette, dude.
That roster looks good on paper, like you said.
Bruce Arians, though. Bruce Arians, he's a mastermind head coach.
Yes.
I love Bruce.
Are they going to be solid?
I got them number 2. Number 2.
Okay. I have them as my 6th seed, but I actually have them losing to your Cowboys in the first round.
Really?
I do. I'm not a fan of the Cowboys.
Yeah,
I mean,
nobody is.
Hey, it's okay.
Everybody is or nobody is.
Yeah. Like Colts get Phillip Rivers for a year. Vikings extend Kirk Cousins for 2 years going into 2022.
Yeah.
I don't think Kirk is going to be that solid anymore. He's getting old. He barely missed. He barely made the gender reveal with his wife a couple years ago. He barely made it.
Yeah,
he missed it. It was so bad. Saints re-signed Drew for 2 years. How does Drew do in those 2 years? Now that Teddy Bridgewater's gone, who is his successor? Is it going to be Winston or is it going to be Taysom Hill?
I don't think we've seen the last of Jameis Winston. I really don't. That dude has so much arm talent, and I feel like going to the Saints was such a good.
Else?
I don't know. Yes, no. Shoot. How long is this contract? 2 years?
2 years.
No.
Are you talking about
no,
Breeze? Are you talking about Breeze or or
Winston. Is it 1 year for Winston?
I think it's a one. I want to say it's a 1 year. Or
Yeah, it probably is. It probably is a 1 year. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, no, I think Jameis does stay in New Orleans.
After Breeze retires, who takes over?
Jameis Winston. Now that you
Really?
asked that, I can see that. Yeah, dude. I mean, Jameis Winston. He threw for 5,000 yards last year. That's no joke.
Yeah,
but
he
a lot of that is part because his team was down by a lot, and they threw.
He threw for 5,000 interceptions too.
that's pretty. Yeah, first player in NFL history with 5,000 yards and 5,000 picks. Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, he has so much confidence. It kind of borders on arrogance, on the field. Because I mean, he makes these throws that are wild.
For everybody though.
Yeah. So I don't know. I love Jameis's arm talent. His mobility. You remember that one play a couple of years ago? Might have been 3 years ago. He ran all the way back to the 10-yard line. Avoiding defenders, threw a touchdown to Mike Evans. So
yeah.
He's solid. I think going to the Saints is going to do wonders for him in his career.
I definitely think that if Jameis Winston can get back to his Florida State days, as playing, he can be another elite quarterback in this league. And I say that with somewhat confidence right now because we haven't seen him play for the Saints. And I don't think we will see him play this year unless they do an ISO or a shotgun. But at the same time, you have to have Taysom Hill at your quarterback if you run any of those plays. And I personally think Taysom Hill's going to take over the starting quarterback.
Yeah, I could see that too. Honestly, I probably wouldn't have a problem with either one of those guys.
Right.
There's kind of different. Taysom doesn't necessarily have the arm strength as Jason, but I don't see Taysom throwing 15 picks a season either. He might be a little more conservative with the ball, but I mean, if you got Sean Payton and Alvin Kamara back there, that's fine.
Oh, Kamara.
I love Kamara.
Tennessee boy. I don't think he stays after this season.
Yeah, I could see that.
They were trying to trade him
before this season. He did go to Tennessee. Yeah. Yeah. That's all I got to say. Yeah. I agree. I love Kamara, though. He's so solid.
He's good. So, okay, you said you brought up the Titans. Titans recently Ryan Tannehill for 4 years, $180 million. How does Tannehill and Derrick Henry go with Mike Vrabel this year? Mike Vrabel this year.
Yeah.
Say that 10 times.
Tannehill will be good, not great. A little above average. They're going to lean on Derrick Henry and the O-line and the defense a lot.
I mean, you got A.J. Brown, too, coming out of the wideout spot.
Right, yeah. So Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown, I mean, those guys are really solid athletes, especially Henry, who's basically like a freight train running out there.
Oh, dude. Mean Joe Green coming out of Tennessee.
How did he go in the second round? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
The Titans?
Yeah, didn't Henry go in the second round?
No, they lost in the championship game to the Chiefs.
No, I mean Derrick Henry. Henry. Wasn't he a second rounder?
He was a second rounder coming out of Alabama.
Yeah,
he was an early second rounder.
Yeah, I thought the Browns were going to take him. I remember, but then they passed and Titans hopped on him.
If he was in college in 2013 when the Browns drafted Trent Richardson at the third pick, dude.
Yeah,
I feel like Derrick Henry would still be in. I just got a fantasy update, week 1.
Oh yeah.
Todd Gurley versus Seattle, start him. Cam Akers versus Dallas, bench him. I don't have either of them.
You think Todd Gurley's going to make some noise in Atlanta?
I mean, his successor was Devontae Freeman. What did Devontae Freeman do?
He was good for 1 year in 2016.
Exactly. So. I think Melvin Gordon will have more damage done in Denver.
Gordon, he's solid. I remember watching him in Wisconsin. Dude, he was a beast. And then they have Phillip Lindsay. Denver, they have a really good backfield.
So I hate how starting offenses will have multiple third down running backs or slot running backs or power running backs. Okay, so I'm a little biased in this, but whenever I play Madden, whatever, I'll always have my secondary running back at my fullback spot.
Yeah.
Could you possibly think that they would run it as a fullback position for either Phillip Lindsay and run just different flats or a block or what? Because, you have Drew Lock at your quarterback, and he's going to be more conservative throwing because he doesn't have an arm. He was great at Lee Summit, but that's because of football, man. I mean, he was somewhat good at Missouri, but he played in the SEC and didn't do anything.
Actually, hey, it was Drew Lock. He broke the SEC touchdown record. I think someone else broke it last year. Joe Burrow broke it, but he broke it. So, yeah, I mean, I like Lock. But anyway, to answer your question, maybe if they do that, I think you got to put Melvin Gordon as like a fullback spot, of Lindsey behind him, just because Melvin's so much bigger. Lindsey, he's like 5'7", 5'8". He's more of a, lightning type guy, agile.
Could you see Melvin Gordon as like a third, fourth string blocking tight end?
Gordon? Probably not. I mean, I don't.
Shoot, you could even have him as a slot wide receiver.
Yeah. No, the thing about running backs nowadays, they're so,
they're so versatile. Yeah.
So, I mean, Gordon, I don't necessarily think of him as a pass-catching type running back. He's more of kind of a grit and grind and get some tough yards.
He's a power. Yeah. Okay. Aaron Rodgers with Green Bay. They drafted a quarterback in the first round.
Gosh, I'd be so pissed if I were Rodgers.
Okay, so what at this point right now for the 2020 season, what can Aaron Rodgers do for the Green Bay Packers to stay?
To stay? Shoot, that shouldn't even be a question. But I
only asked that because I feel like Aaron Rodgers won't stay after this year. They drafted a quarterback in the first round. They did the same thing with Brett Favre. That's why they drafted Aaron Rodgers.
I think regardless, he's gonna be out. Even if he puts up like 5,000 yards, 45 touchdowns, it's just so disrespectful. Dude. He won a Super Bowl for you, and then he hasn't. They haven't got him any help. They just kind of stumbled on Devontae Adams in the third round, but they didn't draft any defensive players.
Devontae's cold.
I love Devontae. But, I don't think they could have predicted how good he's been.
So, if Aaron Rodgers does leave, where do you see him going?
Las Vegas Raiders, baby.
Really? Because the Raiders picked Marcus Mariota. I agree with that. Okay, so I actually have – if Rodgers were to leave, I actually have him going to New England. I feel like Cam will be that one and done just to get the season done. And I have him going to New England and
that would be sweet.
Working with Belichick. I say that because New England has weapons.
They still do.
They have weapons. You got Edelman, N'Keal Harry, James White, Sony Michel. Who's their tight end right now?
Dude, I don't even know.
Shoot, I can't even think about that.
They had Ben Watson last year, but I'm pretty sure he retired.
Oh.
Isn't he like 40 years old, 45?
Something like that. I think he's his jersey for 82. So living in Texas now, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the Houston Texans. Texans signed Randall Cobb for 3 years, and they extended Deshaun Watson for 3 years. How do they do? They lost D-Hop.
What? Dude, Bill O'Brien. Sometimes I understand what's going on in his brain. But Deshaun Watson, he's a gamer. He's a beast. He kicked butt at Clemson, and then I remember his rookie year, he kicked butt the whole season, and then he tore his ACL. And then
that was
the next
before the playoffs.
Yeah. And then, the next year, does really good. Last year, he's great. He might be an MVP candidate, just based on how he can run, throw, pass. He's so confident, too. I remember last year in the Bills wild card game, after the game, they interviewed him. And then he was like, I told my team today that someone's got to be great. And I thought, why not me? So, that's pretty cool. I like
humble, you could say.
Yeah.
How did the Texans go about this year losing D-Hop? Who's going to be that star wide receiver?
I like Will Fuller.
I did too.
Didn't he have 1,000 yards a couple years ago?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so he was really good. The thing is, D-Hop, he's top 2 receivers.
He's DeAndre Hopkins.
He's always open. He's always open. So
I feel like he's this generation's. I feel like DeAndre Hopkins is this generation's Chad Ochocinco. Nobody can go.
Yeah.
Nobody can go.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Will Fuller, he's definitely going to have a chip on his shoulder this year, just because I mean, he's basically replacing DeAndre Hopkins. That's a lot to live up to. But I mean, Fuller can do it. Solid Notre Dame guy.
Do you think Texans will be trade heavy?
I got
for a wide receiver.
It depends. Depends on who's doing bad and not doing good. Because the trade deadline, the NFL, it's become like the baseball trade deadline. A lot of players making big moves. So yeah, I could see it.
So we could talk baseball too. We got
I love
tons
baseball.
of trades that happened.
Yeah,
tons of trades.
Honestly, dude, I have not paid attention to baseball in like 3 weeks because I thought they were gonna stop the season after like the Bucks and Lakers. They were. So I thought and teams were boycotting their games. I thought like, well, rip baseball and basketball. So I kind of just disconnected myself from all that because I thought the season was done. But so I've gotten back into it the last couple of days. But yeah.
Okay, so we can go next topip then if you want. We can
baseball. Let's do it.
Rock out some baseball.
Yeah, dude. Some of this might be news to me.
Let me start. I'm gonna start with Padres, man. Padres are
Slam Diego.
Slam Diego is looking really, really good.
How about?
Okay, speaking of that, is Fernando Tatis swinging on 3-0 count with the bases loaded while they're already winning? Is that an unwritten baseball rule?
Dude, I hate the unwritten rules.
There is no unwritten rules. If it's unwritten, it's not a rule.
Right. Okay. So I like some of them. This is such a good topic. I love how we're getting on this. The unwritten rules. That's such a good topic. But anyway, I like some of them. Like if you're having a no hitter, you don't bunt. Unless it scores like 1-0.
Right. But at the same time, who wants to be no hit? I mean, you want to help your team as much as you can.
Right. I just feel like that's cheap. But anyway, going back about Tatis Jr. I mean, you're in a major league game, major league players, they can come back and beat you. I mean, just because, the pitcher is still going to try to get you out after he goes 3-0. So why are you just going to take a strike right down the middle? It's not like the team's going to, magically be like, oh, we'll let them win. They did really good today. I love Tatis. You should not have apologized.
I agree with that. Padres, they boosted their bullpen, their depth, their starting rotation.
Yeah, they got
Clevenger and Greg Allen from Cleveland for Josh Naylor and a couple minor leaguers.
Naylor.
They also, he's not bad.
I know this might be weird bringing in a video game to the topic, but on my season this year, Josh Naylor had like a negative 4 WAR. So maybe it's unfair to not like him because of a video game.
Yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that, especially because whenever I play the Padres, they would always pinch hit Eric Hosmer for Josh Naylor. I'm like, dude, Hosmer is so much better.
Did Hosmer break his wrist? I thought I saw that.
No, he didn't.
You sure? I'm going to look that up. I think you're wrong.
Well, that might be probably why I'm going to go with this next one. They got Mitch Moreland from Boston.
Oh, they got Moreland? Oh, yeah, Hosmer broke his wrist. Yeah. But, hey, dude, Moreland is solid, dude. I love Mitch Moreland.
But Moreland's on the IR right now.
He is?
Or not the IR, the DL. I think it's his ankle. But, speaking about the bullpen, they got Trevor Rosenthal from the Royals. I feel like that's going to really help them out.
Another Lee Summit guy.
Yeah, Lee Summit West, actually.
Yeah.
Jason Castro from the Angels and Austin Nola from the Mariners. Where does that put Francisco Mejia?
Francisco Mejia, I like him. I think he's going to have good potential, but, I mean, he just hasn't had success right away.
And I think that's only due to the fact that, one, he had no team behind him to begin his career.
Yeah.
And two, to begin his career, he was with Cleveland.
Yeah. Right.
So
I'm going to look at his stats this year. Mejia.
Athletics got Mike Minor. I feel like that's really going to help them out.
Dude, the A's look deadly this year, man. We might see an all-California World Series with the A's and
I don't think the A's will make it.
A's are tough. I mean, they don't have any experience, but they do have a lot of free agents. Okay, that was actually a lie. That was a bad take because the A's actually do have playoff experience because they played the Rays last year. They've been in the wild card game like 3 years ago.
2014.
Oh, that was great, wasn't it?
That was great.
Yeah.
Shout out
But anyway, the thing about the A's, I feel like they have a lot of motivation this year. It's because they have so many free agents this offseason. Yeah. Marcus Semien, Crush Davis. There's one more big one. Why can't I think? Mike Fiers, him.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Mike Fiers. I
It's such
like
a weird career.
dude, he's bounced around so much. He's not
Yeah,
consistent.
he's thrown 2 no-hitters.
And
He's
then we'll have
exposed
an
the
ERA of
Astros,
like 6.
hit
Yeah.
Stanton in the face. That dude has had one of the weirdest. We could do a whole episode on the odd career of Mike Fiers. Oh, shoot, you froze. Hold up, I'm going to text you. Three. Okay, sorry about the little break there. Jake almost got killed by lightning, but he's fine. So.
Okay.
Mike, what are we talking about? Oh yeah, the weird career of Mike Fiers.
He I stopped becoming a fan of him when he was with Milwaukee, and he hit Giancarlo. At the time, it was Mike Stanton, but Giancarlo Stanton in the face. I thought he handled that so poorly, and especially when Giancarlo Stanton was with the Yankees last year.
Yeah,
he got hit again.
Yeah, not in the face, but really close, really close.
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know what Mike Fiers has, and he had that weird mustache, circular thing.
Civil War type.
I could never pull that off, nor would I ever want to.
Do it. Just try it, man.
Okay.
We could do it together. We could just like make it a new trend.
I don't know about all that.
Anyway, yeah, continue.
There's not a whole lot of baseball. Okay, well, I guess who do you have as who's your postseason? Who wins?
I want to say the Los Angeles Dodgers, but the reason why I'm so skeptical is because every year they find somehow some way to choke. Now, okay, in 2017, it kind of wasn't their fault.
Right.
Because the Astros were doing something
that
the MLB will hate if we mention.
Oh, sorry, baseball. I feel like Rob Manfred has been a joke.
No, I hate Rob Manfred, dude.
He's a
every dude, bro, like this kind of has gone really under the radar, but they changed the type of balls that they use.
They've been doing that the past couple of years.
Yeah, because MLB bought Rawlings, the ball manufacturer, right? So now they're manufacturing their own baseballs. They say it's like the same baseballs they use in Japan, but I mean this isn't.
Have you seen how far the balls go in Japan?
Yeah, dude. Juiced. I mean, I remember I was watching the Royals were playing the Tigers earlier in the season, and there was no wind, blowing out. A player for the Tigers hit one. This one was to the warning track. Franchi Cordero had to go up against the wall and make an awesome catch. But when he hit it, he literally slammed his bat on the ground because he thought it was a fly out to right, and the ball went off the – even the announcers were like, something fishy must be going on. So it's kind of tough to watch baseball, because it's like, well, I mean, all these guys are hitting hella home runs, but, it's tough because it's,
at the same time,
I get the game evolves and stuff like that, but
at the same time, you have pitchers even calling it out. Justin Verlander,
who's
had an immaculate career.
Yeah,
he's trying to get that perfect game in. I don't know if he'll get it though.
He goes, the balls are an effing joke. I remember when he said
that. Yeah, I remember that too. I think they are somewhat tinkered with.
Yeah, definitely. It's like they're playing like a racquetball or something.
Dude, I would love to see a racquetball.
Yeah.
Throwing it for a 12-6 breaking. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
I kind of have to agree with you. I'm not a fan of the Dodgers, but I do feel like they are due for a big, big win.
Yeah.
Whether that's World Series or what. Okay, but at the same time, you can't base a 60-game season. Anybody who wins championships this year, football, basketball, not football because I think they're not full season. Basketball, baseball.
Yeah, I gotta put a little asterisk next to
it. There's gonna be something next to it. It's not gonna be legitimate.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks because you practice so long, so many hours,
years,
and you have 60 games to prove that. Oh, we had the best record out of 60 games.
Yeah.
Suck on this,
Yeah.
Like, no, it's not. It's not going to
It's
be
crazy
anything.
how long the baseball season is. Because, like, they always say, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And I was like, well, yeah, that's kind of true. But I didn't really realize that until last season. This is a pretty cool story. So I graduated high school, right? And then instead of going to graduation, I went to Miami. So I went to Miami, had a blast. It was awesome. And then I went to a Miami Marlins game 2 days after I graduated high school. Okay. And then in a game, the Washington Nationals and Philadelphia Phillies game was postponed. They did not make that game up until September 27th. And I was at that game they made up. So I basically went to 2 games on the same day, kind of, because I was in Miami, and then they canceled that one because of the rain in Washington. And then I moved to Washington in that time. A bunch of crazy stuff happened in between. And then I saw him play. So it's crazy how long the season is. That really put it into perspective for me. So it's the 60
Especially
games
if you're doing
stuff.
it this year, too. Because let's just say American League Central. You're playing both your Central Division teams and your National League Central teams.
Yeah.
The Royals haven't played the Brewers or who else is in that division?
Cubs,
Pirates.
Cardinals,
Cubs. Yeah. When was the last time they played them in a regular season game?
Like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah,
It's been a minute.
It's a rarity, but yet you're bringing all that over this year due to that 60-game season, which I don't understand. And every time that you get postponed or whatever, are you going to make it up? Are you going to have a draw or what?
Yeah. How about the St. Louis Cardinals, dude? They missed so many games this year because of their COVID outbreak. And the Miami Marlins.
COVID outbreak, dude. I think they just don't want to play. Their team sucks this year.
I could see that. Yeah. I do like how they're expanding the playoffs for the season for baseball. Usually I hate that.
Nice.
I hate that because like it really devalues the regular season when they, in basketball like a million teams make the playoffs. But anyway, so for baseball, I like it how every team that's in it has a chance to win it all. And then I guess you could say it this year too, just because we don't have as big of a sample size as we're accustomed to. So you have teams that. Ooh, the Marlins? If the season ended today, they'd be in the playoffs. What?
Yeah, Marlins, the Rockies.
Giants.
Okay, speaking of Giants, man, I feel, and I could be totally wrong with this, I feel like they are skewing their games on purpose.
Really? Like trying to lose on purpose?
Trying to lose on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I say that because there was – so I got TikTok, right?
Yeah.
I'm proud of it. But there was these videos where it showed – so Hunter Pence, who's been in the league a long time, should know how to catch a pop fly. Okay?
Yeah.
It was a short pop fly into right. And this dude immediately started running in. When the ball was behind him, that's when he started running back to get the ball. They gave up a walk-off home run because this dude threw 3 or 4 fastballs straight down the middle to Steven Piscotty. And Piscotty can hit the ball quarter mile.
Especially against lefties. I like Piscotty.
Yeah. And it happened in like 2 or 3 straight games against the Athletics.
I could see that. Baseball, baseball and basketball is weird because a lot of teams, they try to – it's like called the race to the bottom. They try to get as good of a draft pick as possible, which, that's not really fun to watch, but it makes sense.
But at the same time with basketball, it's not a draft really. It's a lottery pick to get that number 1.
Right.
So you could have the worst record and still get a 12th overall pick.
Like the Knicks when the Zion sweepstakes. That was so funny.
Dude.
I think they should do – what do you think about this? I've been saying this for a couple of years. What do you think about this draft order? So obviously, 20 – or for baseball, like 20 through 30 are the teams that made the playoffs. The team that won the World Series is last, second place, how it goes.
Just like football.
Right. And then 1 through 19 goes not based on worst record, but the best record that missed out on the playoffs. So, for instance, I'll pull up the standings from last year. Let's see. 2019 MLB standings. Okay.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
The 1 through 19.
Right. So like last year, it looks like the Cleveland Indians would have had the first overall pick because they won 93 games, missed out on the playoffs. And then the Brewers would get, I think Brewers would get number 2. No, they made the playoffs last year.
Brewers made the playoffs.
So, bro, I was at that game. I don't know how I forgot that. But yeah, Mets would be number 2, 86, missed the playoffs. So
it'd be kind of like a reverse order from football. So if you're, so let's just say, what was it, 20 through 32 gets their pick there, but it wouldn't be the worst record. Well, I still feel like the worst record should get that number 1 overall pick, and then flip it to where the 2 would be the team that just missed out on the playoffs to the mediocre teams, whatever. Okay.
I could see that. Yeah, I just feel like it would help teams be more competitive, because baseball in September is weird because you have a lot of the teams, they're not making it, so they try to lose or they try to win. The thing is about
call-ups too. People try to make their name.
Yeah, they changed that this year though. I think they're only having like 28 people on the roster. 29.
Yeah,
they might have done a little different.
They added 2 people, but if you have a doubleheader, you can have that 29th spot.
Yeah, I mean, because you watch, international soccer, in the Premier League. I don't know if you're into that, but the Premier League, I mean, you have teams that are just, fighting tooth and nail because they don't want to be, relegated to the Championship League. They try to stay in the Premier League, and the teams in the Championship League try to advance, to the Premier League. So that's why it's cool to watch soccer, because, these guys are giving it, 100%. Same with 100%. Football. Football's good. I mean, you only have 16 games. So football, I mean, you give 100%. But for basketball and baseball, it kind of gets a little shaky watching the end of the season.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Basketball. Let's switch topics over.
It doesn't surprise me that the Bucks are out at all.
No.
Because the Bucks and Clippers and Lakers, they, when the boycotts were going on, they voted. They were like, yeah, we don't want to play this season. We don't want to play. So I think the Bucks were in, they didn't want to play. So they were like, okay, we'll just let the Miami Heat move on,
No.
Really?
My boss just texted me, are you at work now?
No.
No, I feel like, I'm with you. The Bucks did not surprise that they lost.
Right.
I'm not saying the Heat are not good. They're actually a solid team. Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Duncan Robinson.
Yeah, he's been on fire. Their head coach, Eric
Spoelstra. Yeah.
Harrow's the new white chocolate.
Hey. Don't be hating on Jason.
I love Harrow. Yeah.
I do feel like the Heat will lose whoever they play next, though.
Oh yeah. Boston, Toronto. That's a good series.
Dude, Boston surprised me this year, losing Kyrie, losing
Horford
to
Minnesota, or not Minnesota, Philadelphia.
That was 2 years ago, though, wasn't it?
Possibly. It might have been this year. I can't remember. But anyway, no.
I definitely feel adding Kemba Walker helps them out a lot.
Kemba's such a team guy. He's the definition of just a guy that cares about the team. Kyrie's a me guy. I don't think Kyrie will ever win another championship. He's a Karen. He's Karen Irving.
Steve Nash.
Say what?
What you told me the other night that Kyrie won't respect Steve Nash.
Yeah. Well, actually, Kyrie and KD, they wanted Steve Nash. They went to their GM and were like, yeah, we want that. I don't know. Stephen A. I like him sometimes, but other times it's just like, bro, shut up. I love it when he talks about the Knicks, and I love it when he talks about the Cowboys, and I love it when he would have LeVar Ball on. Remember when LeVar Ball went on First Take and was like, I could beat Jordan 1-on-1. And Stephen A. was like, why would you say something so blasphemous? Was this another marketing tool of yours? And LeVar was like, all I'm saying, he would need help. He's too small. Jordan don't want to see me. And he was like, it's all about Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. Well, how about LeVar? And then Stephen A. was like, nobody talking about LeVar.
I would buy pay-per-view to see that.
Yes,
one-on-one.
Stephen A. and LeVar show. Oh, that'd be amazing.
I would buy a pay-per-view to see Michael Jordan just take LeVar to school.
Oh, yes.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
I personally feel like Michael Jordan could take on the entire Ball family. And still get buckets.
Yeah.
And still get buckets.
And I love MJ.
Okay.
Everybody does.
Speaking of the Ball family, LaMelo.
LaMelo, I remember when, like, LaMelo and I were the same age. Like, we graduated high school at the same time, stuff like that. Well, I think he dropped out. But anyway, because I remember when he put up, like, 104 points, or 94, I think it was. And he was just a scorer. He didn't look all that. I mean, he's only 16, so I mean, you got to give the kid a break. But he looked kind of like real cocky, like, oh, I'm LaMelo Ball. You know, I got money, and I'm 16. I got a Ferrari. You know, stuff like that. But I mean, I watched some highlights of him in playing, you know, in Australia and other places. And dude, he's 6'7" now. It's so weird. He's 5'9", 5'10". Now he's 6'7". He's a scorer. He's a facilitator. He's got that Lonzo basketball IQ. I love LaMelo. I think LaMelo is going to make some noise in the league. I think Lonzo and LaMelo.
Going?
Let's see. T-Wolves have number 1, right? And then Golden State has 2. Who's third? Who picks third?
Isn't it Detroit?
I'm going to look that up. It's going to bug me. Let's see. Because, I mean, dude, imagine him on Golden State. That'd be a mean team, wouldn't it?
I feel like they would have to move Klay Thompson to the shooting guard or to the small forward position.
Yeah, LaMelo, he can play forward. You know, because they're all about that small ball anyway. And he's 6'7". He can play small forward. So, let's see.
I see that.
Let's see. Oops. NBA draft order. I think James Wiseman is going to go number 1. What about you?
I would have to say the same, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, Karl Anthony Towns and James Wiseman.
It'd be nice.
Dude, imagine how many rebounds they'd get. This every time.
Oh, yeah. My ball. Give me that.
Yeah. What's his face? Anthony Towns. He could play the forward. He could play power forward.
I feel like Cat won't be there very much longer.
Me neither. He
needs to get out.
They could draft Wiseman and trade Towns. Imagine Towns on the Bucks. I could see that.
Ooh.
That might be a good trade. Trade Towns for like DiVincenzo and a first rounder.
Speaking of trades, I could see Giannis going to Miami.
That'd be nice.
I think he'll pull a Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to KD. KD's a lethal scorer.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else.
Is Giannis, is he a free agent, or is he gonna get? I doubt he's a free agent, because if he was, ESPN would be shoving that down our throat every game.
I think that's 2022. He's a free agent.
Yeah. So
that sounds right.
Seeing news, Clippers expected to pursue deal for Giannis. Giannis to Orlando. What?
That won't happen.
Yeah, like what are you talking about? Who wrote that article?
If he goes to Orlando, he's going to be the next Shaquille O'Neal down there.
Yeah, the Orlando Magic have a tradition. They draft a center. He's there for like 4 years, or 4 to 7 years. Then he goes to the Lakers. That's what's going to happen with Mo Bamba.
Yeah. Wait, who? Oh, that's Bol. Never mind.
Dude, Bol. I remember when he was drafted. I was talking to one of my buddies, and I was at the gym, so I wasn't watching the draft. And I was like, "Yo, when did Bol get taken?" And because at the end of the first round, he goes, "He ain't get taken yet." I was like, "Bro, what?
Really?
So he went second round to the Nuggets, And I don't get
Good with
how.
the Nuggets, though.
I remember
He's
I was
good
like,
with
that's a
the
steal of the
Nuggets.
draft. Bro, dude, look at the Nuggets, what they have for the future. Jamal Murray, Michael
Dude.
Porter,
Michael Porter, yeah.
Jokic. Dude,
Jokic.
Nuggets they might win 2 titles in the next 5 years. Write that down. I can see that.
Quit smoking.
I like Mike Malone.
Okay, Billy Donovan is not returning for the Thunder.
Oh, he's not?
No.
I could see that. I mean, okay, so he had a crappy team. Yeah.
Does Billy Donovan go back to collegiate basketball?
Yeah, I could see that. Because, I mean, the NBA was good. He was really good in the regular season. You just never could get it done in the postseason. Florida basketball needs help.
That's where he came from.
Yeah. So I could see him going back to Florida to coach.
Okay. I was really hoping the Thunder would beat the Rockets in the first round. Game 7.
Yeah.
Came down to the wire.
Yeah.
The final
great.
10 seconds.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I didn't watch that game, but I read about it.
Oh, man. James Harden was not good shooting. Ow, crap.
James, you good?
James Harden had I think his defense definitely won the game on that. Speaking of James Harden, I just gotta never mind, it was my Siri on my watch. He definitely won that game defensively for the Rockets.
Yeah, I just don't think Harden is ever gonna win a championship. Same with Russell Westbrook.
Not in Houston, they won't.
Not anywhere. Westbrook and Harden, they're another guys. You know, they don't care about the team; they care about their stats.
I mean, you don't average a triple double and not think about your stats.
Yeah, you see the highlights of him, like boxing out like Steven Adams and other guys.
Yeah,
you know, for the rebounds. Yeah. Okay, it's 20. Okay, so I admit I was really skeptical about Russell Westbrook. I was like, bro, this dude, I don't know, he's just a stat chaser, you know. But I remember I saw him in person. I saw his 2020 game in OKC. That was one of the coolest things I've witnessed. And he hustles every play, which is awesome to see. Like he runs the floor every time. You know, he literally plays every play like it's his last. It was so fun to watch. But still, though, I mean, in crunch time, he wants to be the one to take the shot. But he's not very good at threes. He wants to have all the triple doubles, which is cool. But he just
goes back to what you're saying. It's a me mentality,
right? So does James Harden. I remember when he was 1 rebound away from a triple double, and do you remember that? And Austin Rivers took it, and then he was like,
I remember that.
Yeah. Okay, let's see some NBA free agents and predict where they're going to go. Hold up. I have a crystal ball somewhere. I'm going to get that. Oh, here it is. All right. Okay. Here's my crystal ball predictions. Yeah. It came with the apartment.
Here's my ball.
Okay. Who's that signed by? Who's that signed by?
Raleigh Fingers, Hall of Fame 92.
Dude.
Yep. Met him in person out of spring training.
Really? Dude, that's awesome. If the Royals didn't leave, or the Kansas City Athletics didn't leave for Oakland, Dennis Eckersley, Raleigh Fingers, all those dudes would have been in KC. Okay, let's see. 2020 NBA free agents. Well, is it technically 2021?
It'd be 21.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Gordon Hayward. I guess he's the top one.
Oh.
Where do you think he goes?
I think he goes back to the Jazz.
Really?
Him and Spider would be clean.
Yeah, they would be. I got him staying in Boston because he and Brad Stevens just have that close relationship.
He does. Yeah.
They coached him in college. You know, they were, they talked constantly throughout high school. He was a good mentor towards them.
Oh yeah, he did go to Butler. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Gordon Hayward will stay in Boston. And then after his injury, he really hasn't been the same, but he's still been really solid. So he's not going to get.
I think that's the same with Paul George too. After his injury in the Olympics, he has not been the same PG.
Yeah, I love PG though. His playoff play is really questionable. And then he also gets so petty too. He gets so butthurt all the time. You can't take the heat.
Yeah, that whole Instagram dispute. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember when Damian Lillard hit like that crazy shot to knock the Thunder out, like in their whole team basically.
Bye.
Yeah, he said he was like after the game, he was like, "It's a bad shot," but he made it. I mean, was it a bad shot? Maybe, but he made it, so who cares?
I mean, it was Game 7. You guys are tied.
Right, you got to go for it.
Of course you're going to take that shot, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Ooh, Anthony Davis.
He stays.
He's staying. I'm surprised they haven't gotten an extension already.
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan. How about DeMar?
Oh, man.
People forget about him. He was like third in MVP a few years ago.
It would be really nice to see him. I could see him going down to Miami.
Yeah, definitely. Makes sense. Yeah.
I could see him going.
DeMar, he's a Jimmy Butler.
I can see that. Yeah, Jimmy Butler, he'll be clean.
Jimmy Butler, he's really cleaned up his act. Because remember, like in Minnesota, in Philadelphia,
but that's the thing. Philadelphia, he was good.
Yeah.
He was good in Philly, but yeah, he was a diva.
And this year, I mean, he really hasn't been, I think he realized that. Let's see, who else? Honestly, I don't really pay attention to the restricted free agents.
Yeah, I don't either.
I mean, I don't get it how, like, you play in the league 2 years and you're already, like, technically a free agent. I've always –
contracts.
I think it should be, like, 4 years and then have, like,
like after your rookie
a lot of these kids are like 18, 19 coming in. They're going to be 18 in a few years. Okay, so let's see. Hassan Whiteside.
He stays in Portland.
Yeah, I could see that too. He and Dame, they got a special chemistry. Remember, he was in Miami, and it looked like he was going to be like the big man of the future. Had a big drop-off, went to Portland. Now Miami's got Bam.
Yeah, Bam Adebayo is really clean.
Yeah, I love him. So here's another big one. Marc Gasol, the former Defensive Player of the Year.
He's with
Toronto.
I think he stays.
I got him going to the Lakers.
Okay.
I think Powell is gonna be like, bro, go to the Lakers. Come on.
I can see that.
That'd be awesome.
But you got to think of who the starting lineup is going to be for the Lakers then. If you want to keep James and Anthony Davis in that lineup, which you will.
Yeah.
At the same time, who's going to be your point guard and your shooting guard?
Rajon.
But Rajon is so old now.
He is? How old is he? I mean, you don't have to be – I mean, he just passes the ball out. He doesn't need to shoot.
Hey, Siri. How old is Rajon Rondo? He's 34.
34? I mean, that experience will pay off.
Yeah, but he's way past his prime.
Yeah, that's true. He is.
I personally feel like LeBron is still in his prime.
Oh, definitely.
Still
definitely. In his prime. He is. I love LeBron. Like, LeBron is the man.
Yeah. But who could they bring in point guard, shooting guard?
I got it. Hot take. Write this down. Bradley Beal from the Wizards. Because last year, dude, I went to like 6 Wizards games, and like it was basically the Washington Bradley Beals against like whoever they were playing. Because John Wall, he hurt whatever, and he's been out. And then, dude, Bradley Beal last year, he would score like 50 points, and they'd still lose by like 20.
Do you see him moving to the point guard spot?
I doubt it, just because, I mean, his ball handling is good, not as good as it needs to be at point guard. He's definitely more of a spot-up shooter. I mean, you hang behind the three-point line, you pass it, one dribble, bang, or just pass it off the catch or shoot it off the catch.
What if you see, we talked about this a few minutes ago, DeMar DeRozan for the Lakers?
Yeah, makes sense. That definitely makes sense. DeMar, he definitely want to get some payback at Toronto for kicking him on the way out. So
I feel like if the Lakers do get either Bradley Beal or DeMar, they'll keep Rajon.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah,
that could be really
Rajon.
nice.
Yeah, I love Rajon. His prime came so early.
Oh, dude, first like 6 years of his career.
Yeah,
that was it.
In Boston. Yeah,
that was it. Speaking of Boston, man, where you said Gordon Hayward stays?
Mm-hmm.
Who's their center right now? And is Cancer?
Yeah, I like Cancer.
I do too. And they got Tatum at their
future
forward.
Star.
He's a star now. What do you mean?
That's true. He is. Jaylen Brown.
I don't think Tatum. I don't think Cancer stays.
Yeah, me neither. He'll get some better money elsewhere, so he'll go somewhere else.
I could see him going to Orlando.
Yeah,
they need help, dude. They need help.
They have. I mean, they do have a lot of big men. So, but yeah, I mean, you can't have too many. Vucevic, whatever his name is.
Dude, he's a shooter, but he's not.
He's good. Aaron Gordon.
Gordon's gone. He'll go to Chicago.
Yeah. Ooh, that'd be nice. That'd be
nice.
Go to Chicago. I was watching Last Dance last night. Yeah. Lauri Markkanen.
Him and Zach LaVine would be cold.
Kobe White.
Lauri's clean.
Kobe White, he is amazing. Have you ever seen that video of when his buddy Cam Johnson was drafted?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, "What? Cam Johnson? What, bro? What, bro? Yes." Yeah. So you could tell from that moment on, he was going to be a great teammate in Chicago.
Yeah.
And he had a solid rookie season. I saw him play in March Madness when they were in Kansas City, North Carolina, and Auburn.
The Carolina, yeah.
Yeah, big hair. I like him.
I was mad when Auburn beat Kansas a couple years ago.
Yeah. Man. I missed March Madness this year, dude. They were like the first big sporting event to get canceled.
Speaking of Kansas, dude, check this out.
We got a nice setup. A lot of
2008 newspaper.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
I know that.
Yeah, KU, they're one of the best. I mean, aren't they like statistically the best program? It's win-loss percentage in the history of college basketball.
I think that's
they're not. They're pretty close. They're Kentucky.
Yeah, they're top 5 for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, dude, I love Jayhawks are nice. Have you ever been to a game at the Field House?
Oh, many times.
Really?
Many times.
Yeah, I saw them once at the Sprint Center. They're playing West Virginia in the Big 12 championship, and it was really loud. And I was like, bro, I can't imagine how crazy the Field House gets.
Many times, dude. It is so nice.
Yeah,
that's
on my bucket list.
Jacob. So me and Jacob have the same birthday, right? We're born February 18th. Yeah. And a lot of times they play same day or like day before, day after our birthdays.
Yeah.
And so we'll go and celebrate our birthdays at a KU game.
Yeah.
Like I think last year he bought the tickets. A couple years before that I bought the tickets. He paid for parking, whatever. And we just have a fun time. Like I think the first game I went to was 2000. I think I went with my dad. Mm-hmm. I got a picture over here of when I went, but they played Colorado. But it was awesome. They
I bet.
Every time I've been there, they've won.
Oh, really?
Knock on wood.
That's awesome. Yeah. I like your setup that you got back there. That's cool. We got a lot of memorabilia. I got a lot in my room too, but I mean, I can't really put holes in the wall like nails or whatever.
Well, so the hats are actually like they're a tiny nail. They're like the size of a ballpoint pen. Like they're stupid tiny.
Yeah.
So we just hang hats up, but I got a bunch of stuff.
Dude, that's sweet.
Like here's this Jeter picture right here.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah.
How many hats do you have? How many hats? You count them?
I have. You want to take a guess?
I'd say 84.
Oh, triple digits, man.
126.
Lower than that. About 110.
Okay, there you go. That's nice. I hope to get to. I don't count like not the fitted hats that I have. Like the curved bill, like adjustable ones. I don't count those.
I do but I don't wear them.
Yeah,
I got something in my throat. I do, but I don't wear them. But it's still a hat that I have collected over the years.
Right. Yeah. So I have about 37 See, what is that?
Is a Waytona Recordings.
Yeah.
It's Jacob's, my best friend's dad, his recording company. I got a sticker here on my computer.
Dude, that's awesome.
One on my truck. Yeah, so I try to support them
up.
as much as I can.
Yeah. I have 37, I think. What about jerseys?
Yeah.
Do you collect jerseys?
Oh, yes.
How many jerseys?
I don't have a lot. I think I have 8 or 9 right now.
Yeah. Jerseys are expensive.
Dude, they're stupid expensive.
Yeah.
They're mostly baseball jerseys. I want to collect all baseball jerseys first. Like the Royals, I don't have a player jersey. I have.
Oh, really?
I have a customized jersey because so 2015. So I graduated 2017. I took my senior pictures in 2016, and so my senior pictures were right after the World Series. And so I got a custom jersey that says "Crowned 15" on it. We won 2015.
Yeah.
And it's the royal blue. I have a Red Sox jersey, David Ortiz.
Yeah.
Dude,
I bought a Red Sox jersey and I forgot that they don't have the names on the back. So I have a Red Sox jersey that has "Sale" on it, and I want to take it off.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, dude, they with the real like jerseys that they wear during the games, they don't have the name. Oh, you're good. Yeah, the real jersey that they wear during the game, they don't have the names on the back, and I want my jerseys to be authentic as possible. So whenever I got it, I was like, oh, sweet, this is dope. And I was playing like MLB The Show, like as the Red Sox, and I was like, damn. So I'm gonna try to just rip it off. Cause I don't want to send it back because it's such a pain. I'd rather just try to rip it off. I have about 25, I think, in my collection. So if you count the knockoff ones from China that I used to get, but then they like stole my credit card. Yeah, but they stole my credit card info. So after that, I was like, I'm not getting anyone from China. I'll just get Fanatics.
Yeah. Speaking of Fanatics, I just bought a Chiefs sweatshirt the other day.
There you go.
I love that thing.
Yeah.
But I have a Jose Fernandez Marlins jersey.
Oh, that's awesome. That's on my list.
Who else do I have? I have a Nationals road jersey. It's blank because I didn't know. I didn't want them to like lose and have one of their star players traded or whatever. So I just got a blank jersey.
Yeah, I hate those blank jerseys, to be honest. Though, I don't know. I'm not a fan.
I mean, they're nice only because you don't get that itch on your back if you don't wear anything underneath it. A lot of times I wear like a hood underneath it or whatever. Yeah. But it just itches your back, dude.
Right. The thing is, my take on it is that it's the same price. Like if you get like a jersey with like this Capitals jersey that I have is there's no name on the back, but because it was on sale. But the jerseys have typically like they're like $119, and then for a player it's the same price. So more fabric, same price. So I'd rather get the one with more fabric. Plus I like a lot of the players. So I got Javi Baez, Mike Trout, Chris Sale, Judge. I want a Trout jersey. Dude, Trout is the man.
See, the way I buy jerseys is I always try to think of who won't be traded.
Yeah, that's what my dad does. That's smart.
Yeah. So like if I were to buy a Mariners jersey, I would buy either an Ichiro or Ken Griffey because he is Seattle.
Yep.
If I were to buy a Reds jersey, I'd probably get a Joey Votto.
Dude, that dude is such a clown. Did you see a couple of years ago, Joey Votto was like, Ichiro's like the pride and joy of Japan. I'd say I'm the pride and joy of Canada. And he was like dead serious. So I made it on my MLB The Show. They have sounds of the show where you can put in like walk-up music. So whenever he comes up to bat in the game, the "Oh Canada" comes on.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So like I have who else do I have? I have a
basketball. You got a basketball?
I have no basketball jerseys.
Dude, my basketball jerseys are cursed. Dude, every time I get one,
I'm a big body, dude. I don't like the feel of a basketball.
Yeah, no,
I take it back. I take it back. I do have a Kansas Jayhawks basketball jersey.
Yeah, that counts. Yeah, my jerseys are cursed. The first basketball jersey I bought was LeBron Heat jersey. I got that like two months before he left. So I got a LeBron Heat jersey, and then I got a Dirk Nowitzki jersey a couple years later, and then like 2 days after that, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna retire."
But that's the thing, you can still support.
Yeah. Right.
Like I have an Albert Pujols Cardinals jersey, bro.
Yeah.
So
Cardinals. Do you think the Cards are gonna retire Pujols' number?
They should.
Yeah, they definitely should.
If he stayed in St. Louis, mark my words, by now he would be the mayor of St. Louis.
Yeah. That doesn't. Yeah,
he would be. He was a god.
How's he doing this year? I'm gonna look up his stats.
He broke.
Maybe the Angels will retire his number. Probably not.
Probably not.
If he wins like a World Series and is like World Series MVP,
maybe.
Still, probably not.
I think if anything, if they were going to retire a jersey, it'd be Trout. If Trout keeps going the way he is, it'll be Trout.
Yeah, definitely. Yikes! Pujols is batting .226, 3 homers, 19 RBIs, and he's played 28 games.
Out of how many games they've played though? 40.
Yeah, he has 106 at bats.
Yeah, see, if in a normal season you get 300, 400 at bats.
Yeah, at least.
So, and granted, he is 40 plus years old. The dude's gonna retire soon.
40.
I hope he never. I hope he never retires, dude. He is.
Me neither.
That's who got me into baseball. Was
a lot of people.
Like all my jerseys growing up, like on comp teams was 5. Like I remember one year I did I went to 50 because I was a huge Adam Wainwright fan. Yeah. And so I went to 50, and then 13 because I was a A-Rod fan for a little bit before he got caught with PEDs.
Yeah.
But when I played high school ball for North, I did 35 for Hosmer. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. I hated the coach. I went to one of the practice, and I was like, dude, this coach is such a dick. I did not want to play for him.
Who was the coach? Was it Collis?
He was one of them. The main dude, what was he? He was a history teacher. He had an affair with one of the teachers, and the other teacher had an affair on him. It was wild. But
what?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, dude, that was a crazy time. I remember that.
What? Dude, I never heard about that.
Yeah, dude. Shoot, what's his name? Yeah, because he used to, okay, so I don't know this for sure, but allegedly he was dating one of the teachers there, okay? And then he had an affair with another teacher there, okay? So he cheated on her with another teacher there. Then that teacher got real petty and cheated on him with another teacher there. That was the legend that was told. So
I want to know.
Might have gotten. No, me too. They should have announced that in the email that they sent to the parents. They should have been so and so had an affair with so and so while they were dating. So that would have been awesome.
Wow.
What position did you play in high school?
I was first and third.
First, nice.
Yep, I've played first my whole life. In my slow pitch softball league, they moved me to second base.
Yeah, you're doing that right now, slow pitch softball.
Down here.
I was gonna do that, but they didn't do DC. It went crazy, restricted on the COVID stuff. So all that stuff got shut down. So
they shut it down here for a little bit, but I think
that's on my list.
Start back up soon.
Yeah, I'll probably play basketball in the winter.
Dude, I am the ball.
Yes, sir. No shame. Big body.
No shame, man.
Get in the paint, find their littlest guy, and just back him down to the post. Took up a Kareem. Yeah. I almost played basketball in high school. I did the summer league stuff, and I thought I was pretty good. But the only thing I can do, I can shoot. That's literally the only thing. Because I'd play defense, and I'd get lost. This one guy would fake lefts, and I'm where'd he go? And then he'd step back and shoot. So I was basketball's not for me. I can shoot, but that's about it.
Not a Patrick Beverly, okay.
No. No, I am the opposite. Okay, I would be really good at rebounding, because I would just like stay behind the 3-point line, and then whenever they put up the shot, I'd like run in like a crazy person and like jump all over. I had like 3 or 4 fouls a game when I play. I'd be wild, and then I got
now on NBA 2K.
Yeah. All right, so we have 5 minutes left. So what should we talk about for the next 5 minutes?
I think let's rock with a send off.
Yeah. You go first.
So to all that will be watching, or to all that whoever this reached, this is just a sports podcast with a couple friends from high school who
yes, sir.
enjoy sports and talking about it, and we appreciate you guys for sticking with us, for listening and doing whatever you guys do.
Amen.
We're trying to get on some channels of YouTube, Instagram, whatever.
Spotify, all that stuff.
For today, whenever you do post, go ahead and put our Instagram socials down.
Yeah, for sure.
Down below, and we can rock with that.
Yeah.
So to whoever, we appreciate you guys listening in.
Yeah. Repeat.
Until next week.
My send off is what he said.
So on that note, we appreciate you guys. Stay safe.
Laters.
Whoa, yeah, whoa, yeah.
All Jackson does is make beats.
Whoa, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. Ay, 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 ay. Ow, ow, ow.